They say not to judge a book by its cover, and the same saying holds true when it comes to animal classifications. Today we'll be discussing a brand new one of these, the pachyderms. It's a term that some of you may be familiar with, one that refers to a variety of large-bodied mammals. First coined by George Cuvier in 1796, pachydermata was used to describe hoofed animals with thicker skin. This includes elephants, rhinos, and hippopotamuses. Interestingly enough, this also includes tapirs. Tapirs are built a bit sturdier than the average ungulate, so the rationale for placing it in this group was somewhat sound. Still, it does stick out as the odd one out in this group. But surely simply having thick skin isn't enough to be labeled as a pachyderm, right? If that was the case, my buddy that we all take turns brutally roasting and somehow never breaks down crying would fit right in this grouping alongside elephants and rhinos. Well, another naturalist, Gottlieb Storrs, indicated that another trademark characteristic of the pachyderms were that they all had more than one toe. Those of you who might really be into feet, those viewers that might be well versed in mammalian foot morphology might have noticed that this additional descriptor ends up leaving horses out of the grouping. Strangely enough, Cuvier later ended up stabbing his fellow naturalist in the back, sticking horses under Pachydermata anyways. So what the heck is a pachyderm then? At least with Insectivora, a group we previously covered, we could just call them mouse-likes. Well, that brings us to Delabere Pritchett Blaine, whose Wikipedia entry is shorter than the list of PS5 exclusive games. Which isn't really true, but the fact that I had to check really says something. Anyways, this guy speculated that horses were added to this group based less on how thick their skin was, and more so that every member of Pachydermata, horses included, have two vestigial toes underneath their skin. That's true for horses, but tapirs only have one, elephants have a weird toe thingy that isn't really a toe, and neither hippos nor rhinoceroses had vestigial toes. So I'm really not sure what Mr. Blaine was really cooking here. Maybe he's referring to the pillar-like structure of the animal's feet, or something? I don't really know. If you ask me, the reason's probably way simpler. Cuvier just added horses in this group because he had no clue where else to put them. Would saying that be discrediting a noble historical naturalist? Maybe, but I'm about done yapping about horses. Actually, this is something I realized while writing this script, but I just thought of another reason why tapirs could be here. They've got long noses, just like elephants. And so long as we're going on tangents, I should point out that the San Diego Zoo lists pigs and peccaries as pachyderms, which, at this point we're being very liberal with the definition of this term. As we've seen when looking at Insectivora before, the members of this grouping were later regrouped into several different other orders. The same is true here in Pachydermata, and the wild fragmentation of the group across the mammalian family tree is especially pronounced. Elephants ended up going into Aphrotheria alongside other mammals such as manatees, hyraxes, and elephant shrews. Rhinos and tapirs, on the other hand, were later reclassified as perissodactyls, with their closest living relatives being the horses. Finally, hippos are grouped together with artiodactyls, being closely related with those hoofed mammals that eventually took to the seas and evolved into whales. So in the end, this grouping ended up becoming, as the title suggests, abandoned. But could there still remain any merit in the term? No, seriously, I have no clue. I don't know, this video was kinda short, so yeah.